Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this session we are going to cover the basics of sentiment analysis, which consists of training a machine to understand text and predict outcomes for these texts. So the case study here is the reviews of restaurants, and we have to train the machines to understand each review is a positive or negative. So let me just show you the data set here. So this data set is saved as .tsv file, that is tab separated value. So as you can see here is the data set of a restaurant review, and instead of CSV file we had taken a tab separated value, and here we use tabs, that is reviews and the dependent variable vector here, so which is separated by a tab. As you can see here we have two columns. Okay, the first column contains all the reviews here, and the other column is the predictions, that is 0 or 1 or positive or negative. So let's start the implementation of natural language processing right now. Okay, so if any new text is been given, we should predict whether that is a positive review or it is a negative review. So let us train the model using this natural language processing, and finally we'll build that model to predict our new inputs. So first of all we have to import the necessary libraries to do this task. So those libraries are NumPy and Pandas. Okay, so let's import these two libraries and make sure you have created the right path. Okay, as you can see that path has been set here. Okay, now let's try to import the data set here. So the data set is restaurant reviews.tsv file, and now since it is a TSV, we will add some extra parameters to this. Okay, so we try to import the data set through pandas library .read underscore CSV file restaurant reviews.tsv. And since it is a TSV file, we are going to add some new parameters here, and you can see that it is a delimiter here. Okay, because the default value is always a comma, so we will put the delimiter as the /t, that is a tab space here. Okay, later we need to add one final parameter when you are working with the text, that is the quoting is equal to 3. Okay, see the data set here. In the data set there will be some of the text which are enclosed with the double quotes here. So for example, if I put search for double quotes, you can find there are many such text which have been enclosed within the double quotes here. Okay, you had seen it already. So, and in order to process this in the right way, we have to say it to the model to ignore all these double quotes, right? So otherwise what happens is this may cause some kind of processing or parsing errors, which may lead to the execution errors later. So we add this quoting parameter and set its value to 3, which means that actually no quotes or ignore the quote, so that you can be free from any kind of processing or parsing errors. So that's the reason we have to import the data in this fashion. Okay, since it is a TSV file, we had added the delimiter here, and the quoting equal to 3, we had set the value. So to avoid double quotes, single quotes and any other kind of quotes, to be free from any kind of parsing errors. So let us try to import this data set. Yes, so you can see the data set is successfully imported, and let us go to the variable explorer and view the data frame here. And you can see the first column is all about the reviews, and the second column is about the dependent variable vector, that is the positive or negative reviews. Okay, so you can see, wow, loved this place. This is a positive review, so the value is set to 1, and the crust is not good. So this is a negative feedback and the value is set to 0. So for all these 1000 instances of the data, all the positive feedback and reviews is been given the value as 1, and the negative feedback is given the value as 0. Okay, total 1000 records we have documented here. Now this next step is to clean the text, because we know that it has lot of punctuations. Okay, the text will contain a lot of punctuation, different characters other than the letters, like capital letters, lowercase, and many more, right? So we are going to simplify all these, and that's indeed an essential step in natural language processing, so that to clean the text as much as we can in order to ease the learning process of the future machine learning model, so which will train to understand the reviews and predict if the reviews are positive or negative. So let's import that, all the necessary libraries now. Okay, so the first library is RE library. So this one, import RE here. This library will be used to simplify the reviews. Okay, this will be used to simplify the reviews, and then we are going to import this NLTK library, so which will allow us to download the ensemble of stop words, like which are the words we do not want to include in our reviews after cleaning the text, such as the, and, this. Okay, such kind of words has to be removed, and we call those words as stop words. Okay, because they don't give any hint or contribute whether it is a positive or negative reviews. So we will remove all the words which are not helpful to predict if the reviews are positive or negative. Okay, that's the reason we have to do this job, import NLTK. And of course we are going to finally invoke a method called download and write the statement stop words here. Okay, this will make sure we don't have any such words in reviews. Okay, so let us execute till here. And you can see that we have successfully able to download all these libraries here. Okay, it's successfully installed in the workspace here. Now from nltk.corpus we have to import the class called as stopwords, right? So basically this line of code downloads them, and finally we will import this porter stemmer classes from the module stem.submodule porter, and this is the class used to apply stemming on our reviews. So here stemming consists of taking only the root of a word that indicates enough about what this word actually mean. So let's consider there is a review which says, oh, I loved this restaurant, and let's say we wanna apply stemming to the word only loud. Okay, so this stemming will transfer the word loud into love, just to simplify the reviews. Remember that at the end, after cleaning all the text, and when we are going to create actually the bag of word of model, we will create a sparse matrix where each column will have all the different words of all our different reviews. And in order to optimize the dimension of this sparse matrix, we need to simplify all these words. And if we don't do this stemming in the sparse matrix, you will have one column for love and other column for loud, which is actually a redundant attributes, and this will make the sparse matrix more complex. That's exactly how the stemming works, and this is all about the stemming. I hope you understand this. Okay, so now let's create a new list called as corpus here, and it will simply contain all our different reviews from our data set, but all cleaned and stored in this corpus list. Okay, so we have to ensure that the cleaned text are only stored in this corpus list, because we get a sentence over here, so everything is a sentence here, right? So we have to pick only such words after cleaning and put those into a bag of word models, and the list what we have created here is the corpus list. Okay, and of course since we have 1000 instances of data, we are going to do this for each and every sentence in a review, so that we use a for loop here for I in range of 0 to 1000 instances of data. Okay, and to do that we use this for loop to populate one review after another, and each time we will clean the review and we'll add this to the corpus. Okay, so now we will use different steps to clean each and every single review of our data set here. So as you can see it here. Okay, the first kind of cleaning will be to remove all kind of punctuations, like to keep only the letters in our reviews, and to do that we have to invoke a method called sub. Okay, re.sub, and other than the letters, the small lowercase and the uppercase, other than the letters, so we had used not here, as you can see here, not. Okay, this is the not the letters from A to Z, means other than A to Z, the rest of the characters has to be removed, and it has to be filled with the space. It has to be filled with the space, so that the characters which are going to the words which are going to get stored in the corpus list are not sticked each other. Okay, that's the reason I am going to consider only the letters form of lowercase and uppercase, and remove all other punctuations, okay, and dot 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 or comma or colon, all these characters, and replace it with the space here. That's the reason I put here space. And of course I need to update all this cleaned review into the same data set, into the same data set, that is review review column, and with the index position I. So this will represent the right column, that is to catch the specific column of the review to clean. So that's the reason we have to write this statement here. And now to transform all the capital letters to the lower case, we can do it through review dot lower. See, we are going to update the same variable here. So first we had removed all the punctuations, double quotes, all those things, stop words, and we had updated it to the review column in the same data set. Now we are going to transform all the capital letters to the lower case by appending the same variable by writing review dot lower. And finally we have to split the different elements of the review in different word, and this is done by review dot split. Okay, I hope you understood till here. And now we will move towards the stemming, which consists of simplifying each word by the root of the word. Like for example, loud will be replaced by love, and it is very important to do this to optimize the dimensionality of this sparse matrix, and which will be created through the next step with the bag of words of its model. Okay, so we have to do that. So we have to create an instance of this class called a porter stemmer and put it in an object called PS. Okay, now let's create the object of a porter stemmer here and create that instance of this class. And the next step will be exactly we are going to apply the stemming to this review by iterating it. And the way we do this is to update the reviews again to become a list of all these separate words. As you can see here, we had used the stem of word, means we had applied stemming for each and every word of the sentence, and we had iterated it for each word in all the reviews. Okay, in all the reviews. And we had also used if not word here, if not word in set of all stop words, means this will get rid of all kind of stop words. So we have to stem the words and we have to ignore all such kind of stop words, and the stop words is been initialized here. You can see the stop words dot words of English, and we have to remove such kind of negative reviews here, not. Okay, so the stop words can be like the and I, you, this, and many more. Okay, now since we have our different words in the list, we will just try to join them back together. Okay, so in order to easily apply this stemming to all the words, and we do that by writing this statement. Okay, so here the space will try to separate the words, else you know that what happens here, it will try to stick the two words together. So to avoid that, we have to use this space and then join it to the same variable called review. Okay, and now we will add all these cleaned review into the corpus list by writing the code corpus dot append of review here. Okay, now let me execute these lines of code and let us see whether all the reviews in the data set has been cleaned or not. This is what we call as a pre-processing stage here. Pre-processing stage. Before we create the bag of word model, we have to do these steps so that to avoid any kind of misinterpretations in the future machine learning models. Okay, so let us try to execute these lines of code here to clean the text here. So let me execute it here. And yes, we got the output here, and you can see it very clear. We have got all the text which have been cleaned and stored in the list by the name corpus, right? This is nothing but a bag of words. We got everything now. Now only thing what is left is to create the model and apply NLP to predict the reviews, whether it is a positive or negative. Let us just go through these outputs here, what is stored in the corpus, and you can see this word wow, love place. Now let us go to the data set here, wow with the 3 dots here. Okay, loved this place. This entire statement has been converted to wow, love place. Okay, so all these punctuations, colon, dots has been removed. This has been cleaned and it has been replaced with a space, and loved is being converted into present tense, that is love. This place, this was a stop word that has been removed, and you can see the text is cleaned now after removing all kind of punctuations, stop words, and removing of unnecessary words which will not contribute to the model, right? Similarly, you can try it with the some other sentences here. Not tasty, and the texture was just nasty. And you can see here, not tasty, texture was just nasty. And also you can see here there are few other words which are also not contributing to the model. Okay, let us see how can we get rid out of those words so that we can have a very good model with a better accuracy, right? So now it is time for the next essential step when doing sentiment analysis. It will be to create a bag of words model which will consist basically of creating this sparse matrix containing all these words of the reviews after they were cleaned, right? So we will take all these words of different reviews and put them in different columns of sparse matrix, and then that will be our future matrix of features, okay, which will be combined with the dependent variable vector that contains all the binary outcomes to train our future machine learning models, which will be naive Bayes model to learn the text and understand whether the reviews are positive or negative. Okay, so that is left here. So we have to create the bag of words model, then we have to split the data set into training and testing. Of course, we are going to train it with the classification algorithm, and we had selected naive Bayes model to train the model. And of course, finally we are going to predict all the test set results, and we are going to estimate the performance of the model by considering the confusion matrix. Okay, and all these procedures we are going to see in my next session. So thank you for watching this video. Happy learning.